Hi everyone, and welcome to my first ever video on my channel, Naturally Gabby. Thank you so much for being here. I'm an absolute nervous wreck because I've never done this before, and I tell you what, the beauty gurus make it look really, really easy. In the comments down below, make sure that you let me know if I'm doing something wrong or if I need to change something up, because I've never done this. I've got no idea what I'm doing. My camera's being held up by an artiste brush from eBay at the moment because I've lost my tripod. So hopefully in my next video I'll have my tripod and it won't be so makeshift. So today I thought we could talk about the brand BYS, which is available at Kmart stores across Australia, as well as a few other little stores like the Reject Shop, and I think there's some $2 shops that hold BYS as well. But I do know that they are available in most shopping centres and you usually do find them. So keep looking over that way, ignore that, that's my viewfinder. Ignore that. I need coffee. Sustenance. What is my hair today? It's 50% dry shampoo, that's what that is. I keep looking that way, stop looking that way. So I thought today we could talk about the BYS palettes that I've picked up recently. I picked up this one yesterday, which was $12 at Kmart, and I must say, it's pretty good. Like, the pigmentation of it for $12, you can't really go wrong. So these are some of the colours here, and they're all mattes, as the front says, you know, matte palette. Come on, go back to focusing. These, like I said, these retail for about $12 each. I've got two of them. I've got the Nude 2 palette and the matte palette that I just showed you. The Nude 2 palette I've dipped into a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit more used, but the colours are really versatile and I feel like you can make a lot of looks with them, especially because you've got lovely colours like this black here, and then you've got this blue, and then you've got your nude mattes here, as well as some shimmery pinks and purples. All really pretty. So I thought what I could do today for my first video, go a little bit easy on myself, I'd do a swatch video so you can see what these are. And I've heard a lot of people say that this palette here is very similar to the Urban Decay Naked palette or the Naked 2 palette. I wouldn't know, can't afford that sort of stuff, so I buy the Kmart one. Need more coffee. Good thing I made coffee before I did this. Have I been out of focus that entire time? Focus! Hello! So for the matte palette, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some swatches. I won't swatch them all because otherwise this is going to be the most boring video in the history of YouTube. I'm going to be swatching the colours today from the matte palette that I've used on my eye look today. So on the outer corner I've actually used the black that's right at the end here. The name of the shadow is Soot, and it's actually a really, really pigmented black. I don't know if you can see that, I'll swatch it for you. It's really pigmented, really dark, and it blends out so nicely. And I tell you what, it actually blends really well with the lighter colours, which I find that some of the cheaper palettes that are available in the drugstore or Kmart or Target, they actually don't blend really well, they just tend to look really kind of jumbled and jaggedy and mixed. So I was really impressed with this palette, especially because that is such a pigmented colour for something that's $12. So next what I used these two colours here at the end of the palette, and they're called, this one here is called Espresso and this one here is called Intrigue. I'll swatch them both for you. They're both really pretty colours and I actually mixed them together. So this one here is Espresso, which actually has a lot of fallout, this one. That's the only complaint that I have about it. But that's Espresso. And then this one here is Intrigue, which also has a bit of fallout, but they're both still really pigmented colours. And I've used them in my crease. And then I blended that out with this taupey colour here, which is actually ironically called taupe. You can't see it there. You can't even see it on my hand, so I'm not going to show you that swatch because it's literally the same colour as my skin. So, but I tell you what, this white here that's called Pure is one of the best whites that I've ever used in a drugstore, pharmacy, low end. We'll call it a low end palette. It's actually ridiculously pigmented. See how that comes up really nicely? It's just a really nice bright white. So this palette I definitely would recommend to somebody who doesn't have many matte colours like myself. Everything I seem to buy has glitter in it. And I'm not sure why, because I'm not a big glitter fan. So it's really strange that I tend to aim more towards the glitters. But I needed a matte palette because I have no matte colours, and I tend to move more to the natural mattes for my everyday makeup look. The glitters and stuff I use more on like a night out, on a Saturday night or Friday night if I'm going somewhere, but definitely matte for my everyday. Sometimes I'll put a little glitter just to mix it up a little bit, but most of the time it's definitely mattes. So this Nude 2 palette, this one that I showed you before, is a really, really versatile palette that I find is great for when I'm going out on a Friday night or a Saturday night, like I just said. But it can also be used for every day. I'm just going to get rid of these swatches on my hand so I can show you the new ones, because that's more exciting. We're nice and clean. We're a bit red, but that's fine. God, I don't know how these beauty gurus do this. So, with my clean finger, I'm going to swatch this purple colour here, which is second from the end, and it's called Heels Off, which, you know, I'm a big fan of, especially after I've been wearing heels all night. So it looks like this, but when it swatches, oh, come on. Do you see that? Do you see that metallic? Oh, it is such a pretty colour. And then I'm going to swatch this one here, which is called D-Floor, which is the fourth from the end. This one just here. And it's kind of like a, it's like a purpley brown. It's a brown, but it has purple sort of glittery pigment through it. And I tend to use this one a lot as my transition colour, or as kind of like a crease base, which is this one here. Again, that's called D-Floor. And then this one here, which is also another one of my favourites, which I tend to use on my outer corners a lot, and in my crease as well, just to darken up the crease and make it a little bit more defined. This one is called, I didn't even check the name, this one's called Smoke Machine, and it's like a dark blue grey sort of action, I suppose, but it does also have a hint of purple. I'm going to swatch another one just because this is my all-time favourite for this palette. This one here, this one, the fourth from the beginning, is called Flirt. They're really cute names. They have really cute names. I'm going to swatch it with my pinky. It's a glittery taupey pink colour. It is just gorgeous, this one here. And it's this one here. So we've got Flirt, Smoke Machine, D-Floor, and Heels Off. And they're all really, really versatile colours. And like I said, I do tend to use these palettes as my everyday sort of weekly, like they are ones that I reach for more than the others that I have. Like I do have a few palettes in my collection, but a lot of them are quite dark colours, and I don't tend to use a dark colour unless it's on a night out or some sort of special occasion. Just because I tend to wear a lot of black, and I think that having a really dark eye and black everything else is, it's a bit much for some people, and it makes me look a bit scary. So I like to have muted tones and natural tones that are there, and they just shape my eyes really nicely and kind of make my eye colour pop. Like today I am using the matte palette, like I said, and I've got some dark here and I've got some sparkle on my lid just because it's my first YouTube video, and I thought, why not go a little bit out? So, and I've also used a couple of the colours that I've used in my crease just underneath my waterline, just to give it that bit of an extra pop. So I don't have false lashes on. I never wear false lashes. Straight off the bat, I'm going to be honest, I'm useless at putting on false lashes. I cannot do it to save my life. I've been trying for about 2 years now, and every time I do it, no, it doesn't happen. I only own one pair because there's no point in me actually having any, so most of the time I just go for my natural lash, which is like this. They're a bit whatever, they're a bit sparse. One day maybe I'll get extensions, but until then I just do this. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you being here for my first ever YouTube video. Don't forget to leave your comments down below and let me know how you think I went and if there's anything that I need to improve on. Also, if you have any ideas for a new video, leave them down below and I'll definitely add them to my ideas book. What am I meant to run through at the end? Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube channel, naturallygabi. No dots, no hyphens, no spaces, nothing. And I hope to see you guys around. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next video.